Y'all know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
We about to talk about the top 5%. This really ain't even the top 5%. We talking about the top 1% for real. But let's say top 5% because we don't want to scare people. If I say top 1%, 90% of people are going to get scared and think they can't even do it and they won't even listen to the stream. So we're going to say top 5% so we can catch more of the masses. I know I'm not talking about y'all though. If you coming in, welcome. My name is Dre Baldwin. Let me know your name, where you from as you check in. Hey to you too. Lamecca, how you doing? Good evening. What's up to everybody? What's up? This is Dre Baldwin checking in from South Florida. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a professional speaker, entrepreneur, coach, consultant, author, content publisher extraordinaire. And this afternoon, what's up, Jared? Checking in from Washington State. Shout out to Washington State. Shout out to Seattle. Shout out to Orlando, the North Side. Hey, who is that? I am Marie. What's up, Marie? KD. Is that Kevin Durant? Looking good. Well, thank you. I know I am. You're right. Shout out to Houston. Shout out to Joshua from London. Your dad's from Philly. All right, shout out to your dad. Shout out to Mount Airy. Shout out to Oak Lane. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about how to get into the top 5% of anything that you do anywhere in the world, no matter your age, your gender, your race, your socio-economic background, how tall you are, it don't matter. What's up, Nora? Checking in from Suriname. Where's that at again? Nora, I know you told me before. Tell me one more time where that is. Did I ever go look into TCC? What is TCC? I don't even know what that is. But anyway, listen, we about to talk about the top 5%. If you want, Angelo from Philly, what up? If you want to be in the top 5% in anything in life, I'm going to give you the exact 3 steps that you need to get there. And they really are this easy as what I'm about to say. What's going on, Cat Mara? Yeah, I'm here every day. I don't know where you be at, but I'll be here. Tacoma Community College, what about it? Am I supposed to be going there? I already graduated. I think you mean for speaking there. Well, they gotta write a check, but we can work that out. If you could send me some information who the right person would be to reach, we can possibly make that happen. Yeah, send me some information on who I could possibly talk to. Like if you know the person who's like the career services counselor or the student activities person, whoever is in charge. If you could send me their information to my email, Dre@DreAllDay.com, we'll make that happen. But I want to get right into the topic right now. Being in the top 1% of anything, 5% of anything in life. If you're watching this, please swipe and share. Swipe to the right, share this on your Periscope, your Twitter, your Facebook. Anybody you know and you care about, make sure they watching this because they're going to want to hear this. And please tap the screen with your finger as many times as possible for the heart. So here it is. You want to be in the top 5% in anything in life, understand, first of all, let me give you some disclaimers. Number 1, it has nothing to do with your physical ability. Number 2, it has nothing to do with what resources you have or do not have. Number 3, it has nothing to do with what you've done to this point in your life. So everybody is starting at 0 right now to become one of the top 5% or top 1% in the world at anything. Honestly, let's say top 1% because this ain't really about the top 5. 'Cause if you do this, you'll be separating yourself from 99 out of 100 people in the world. Maybe not 99 out of 100 where you at, but in the world, you're separating yourself from 99 out of 100. But we say top 5 because if I say top 1, like I said, that's going to scare some people off because they already got some limiting beliefs in their mind that they can't even be top 1%. So we use 5 to draw more people in. But anyway, let's get right into it. Number one way out of 3 that you become one of the top 5% or top 1% in the world at anything is this. Have some goals and visions, and you are reviewing and looking at them every single day. That's number 1. Number 1, to be the top 1% of anything in the world. There are 3 steps to it. This is the first step. You got to do all 3 steps. Don't pick and choose. Do all 3. Here's number 1. You must have some goals. Have goals in your life. Have visions, have goals for what you want to do, who you want to be, where you want to go, how you're going to do it. Have visions of the exact same thing, which means you need pictures. The human brain does not work off of words. The human brain works on images. You must give your brain pictures of what you want in addition to your goals, which you can write down. Your goals and visions, and they must be written down, ladies and gentlemen. You can't write down a picture, but you can take pictures and save them to your phone or whatever you do, your vision board, however you like to do it. You must have written down goals and visions, and you must be looking at them every single day. That's the number 1 step. There are 3 steps. Again, don't just do 1 step. You got to do all 3 steps to become top 5% in the world. So number 1, have goals and visions and look at them every day. Not once a year, not when it's your birthday, not when something great happens, not when something terrible happens, not on New Year's Eve, every single day. That's number 1. Number 2 step to being the top 1% in the world is this. Acquire and obtain, however you need to do it, some personal development, books and audiobooks, or a combination of both, books and audiobooks, and actually read them. So don't just obtain them. Don't go buy them. You know, sometimes I talk to people and they show me their bookshelf of all the books they got, like on their phone, like, yo, I got this book, this book, this book, and they ain't read none of them. Listen, you got to actually read the books. So you have to obtain some personal development. Personal development meaning audio tapes and books. Audio tapes and books. Now, if there's other stuff you read, bloggers or Instagram, that's cool, but no. You got to read the books and listen to the audio. Acquire them and actually consume this stuff. So don't just get it and not use it. You have to actually use it. Again, same thing with the goals and visions. It's one thing to have them, is another thing to be actually looking at them every day. So number 2 step, get some audio tapes and books, actual books that you read. Doesn't have to be physical, it can be digital book, but you have to actually read them and listen to this stuff. And this has to be a consistent thing. Every day you should be doing personal development, which means you're reading something and or listening to something every single day. This is the number 2 step you need to become top 1% in the world. Number 3 step to becoming the top 1% of anything you do in the world in the mental game. In the mental game, number 3 is this. Learn to identify, become aware of and identify your negative thoughts, and immediately create the habit of immediately replacing them with a positive thought. This is step number 3. Learn to immediately, first of all, become aware of your thoughts. Second of all, learn to immediately identify a negative thought, which you cannot afford. I don't care how much money you got, you can't afford a negative thought. Learn to identify your negative thoughts and create the habit of immediately replacing that negative thought with a positive thought. So let me recap the 3 steps. Number 1, you must have goals and visions, and you must be looking at, reviewing them, reading them every single day. Number 2, you must be doing personal development, which means reading books, listening to audio tapes every single day. That must be something that you're actually consuming them. So don't just own books. You ever see somebody got a big bookshelf with a bunch of books on it, but they might not even read half the books on there? Listen, you must actually be reading the books. So don't just have books, read books and listen to audio tapes every single day. We call it personal development. That's number 2. And number 3, become aware of your thoughts, learn to identify your negative thoughts, and create the habit of immediately replacing a negative thought with a positive thought. Everybody catch everything that I said right there. If you skip one of these steps, you will not be in the top 1% in anything that you do. I don't care what you're doing. If you skip one of these steps, you will not be in the top 1%. If you do 2 of the steps, you will not be in the top 1%. If you do 1 of the steps or none of the steps, you know where you're going to be at. You must do all 3. Why do you need to have goals? Goals are like the navigation system of your life. If you're driving in a car and you in a town you never been in and you don't have no directions, you might have all the gas in the world, all the motivation. You know, y'all go listen to ET every Monday. You go get all the motivation. You got all this gas in your tank. But if you ain't got no navigation system, you ain't got no directions, you going nowhere fast. You going real fast. You going everywhere. You got all this energy. Your music's blasting out the speakers, but you don't know where the hell you going. You don't have no goals. You must have goals, and you must be looking at them every single day so your mind remembers to remember why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. You need the goals. The second step is having that personal development, books, audio tapes. You must be consuming this stuff. So don't just have it, but actually read. Y'all know that 95% of books that get purchased never get read past the first chapter. Did y'all know that? 95% of books that get purchased in the world, all over the world, 95% of them never get read past the first chapter. If any of you ever had bought an audio tape or a set of CDs, like audio CDs, and there's more than one CD in the package, you know that they say over the same percentage, 90 to 95% of them, people never listen to anything past the first CD. So they put the first CD in and listen to it, and they never even put in CD number 2. It might be 8 CDs in there. Right now I'm listening to The Midas Touch, Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump. It's like 9 CDs. You know that most people put in the first CD and never even get to the second one. And the third thing is identifying your thoughts. Your thoughts become things. We already know this. We know that your thoughts are like a magnet drawing whatever you're thinking about. You're drawing yourself to that and drawing that to you. You must learn to identify any negative thoughts you have and create the habit of replacing a negative with a positive. That is insanely important to your success. Because every negative thought you have is a waste of time, because it's drawing you back. Kind of like look at it like this. If you have a negative thought, it's kind of like if you're in a swimming pool. You got the waves of negativity going to the back, you got the waves of positivity going to the front. Every time you think a negative thought, you hopping on that negative wave, and it's taking you to the back of the pool. And every time you have a positive thought, it's taking you to the front of the pool. But if you have a negative, then a positive, negative, then a positive, where are you going to end up? In the middle of the pool, going nowhere. So if you want to get to the positive end of the pool, you got to think all positive thoughts. So how do you do that? You create the habit of replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Everybody catch that? 3 steps. Let me recap one more time. I'll take a question or two, then we wrapping up. Here's the 3 steps. 3 steps to become top 1% in anything that you do in life. Step number 1. Step number 1 is this. Have goals and visions and look at them every day. Step number 2. Consume audio tapes and books every single day. Don't just own them, but consume them. Personal development, not just random books. Personal development, audio tapes and books. Number 3, identify your negative thoughts and create a habit of replacing them with positive thoughts. Everybody got that? My recent read right now, I'm reading a book called So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport, Calnewport. That's what I'm reading right now. After that, I forget what I got next, but I got a lot of books. Thoughts are energy and your reality reflects your thoughts. Absolutely. That's an absolute universal fact. Do periscopes count as step 2? No, they do not. This periscope stream does not count as personal development. Yes, it is personal development. Yes, it is. I am giving you good enrichment and information, but this does not count. Why does this not count? Because any bum could turn on a phone and watch a video. It's too easy to do. See, number one thing that I talk about, if you want to separate yourself from other people, you got to do what most people won't do. Anybody will watch a periscope stream. See, not anybody will pick up a book and read it. See, if you want to separate yourself from the 99%, you got to pick up the book and read it. First of all, you got to go get the book. Go to the bookstore and buy the book. Like, you might spend $10 to get into the bar, but would you spend $10 on a book? See, that's what separates you from most people. Because, see, most people wouldn't spend the $10 on a book. Anybody can watch Periscope because it's free. They watch YouTube because it's free. Go pay $10 for the book and read it. Invest your time in it. That separates you from most people. So, answer to your question, does Periscope count? The answer is no, it does not count. You got to actually get a book. Can I take any other questions? I know I saw a lot of comments while I was talking about it, and see, I didn't get a chance to respond to them all. So can I take any questions? If anybody got any, let me know. Number 1 book I recommend for personal development, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. And I'm going to give you another one. It's called The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. And I'm going to give you another one. It's called The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Read all 3 of them. Don't pick one. Read all 3 of them. Remember, we're talking about being in the top 1%. So you're not going to read just one book. You're going to go read all 3 books. Y'all know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy Again.